Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're digging into something quite surprising from Singapore's recent GE 2025 election.
Yeah, the unexpected success of two independent candidates, Jeremy Tan and Daryl Low.
Right. Our mission here is to unpack why these individuals, without any party backing, did so well.
And what that might signal about where Singaporean politics is heading. It's definitely unusual.
Absolutely. In a system usually dominated by established parties, seeing independents gain this much ground. That makes you wonder.
It really does. What resonated? What
Yeah.
clicked with the voters this time around?
Okay, let's start with Jeremy Tan. He ran in Mountbatten.
And got 36.16% of the vote, which is pretty significant.
Significant. That's the highest share for an independent since, 1972?
Exactly. And he was up against a pappy newcomer, right? The People's Action Party.
Yeah. So what was his angle? What did he campaign on?
Well, Tan seemed to focus on some, let's say, quite specific issues, things maybe not always top of the agenda.
Like what?
Things like autism awareness, for one.
Yeah.
That probably struck a chord with families who feel that needs more focus.
Okay. Makes sense. What else?
And also ideas about allowing pets on public transport. Plus, he talked about international trade and its impact on, local jobs, tangible stuff for certain groups.
He also had some bolder proposals, didn't he? Something about HDB flats and retirement.
Yes, rethinking HDB flats as retirement assets. And he even brought up Bitcoin integration. Definitely not standard political fare.
And the funding? He paid for it himself.
Yeah, about $17,000 of his own money, reportedly, which, really suggests a deep personal commitment.
It certainly does. And he's thinking about running again, maybe working with opposition parties.
That seems to be the indication. Suggests this wasn't just a one-time protest vote or something. He sees a path forward.
Interesting. Okay, let's switch to the other candidate, Daryl Low in Raiden Mas.
Right. Low got 23.47%. And what's interesting there is he actually beat a candidate from the People's Alliance for Reform.
Who only got about 7%.
Yeah, around 7.36%. And Low's younger, too, only 28.
So a different generation stepping up. What was his campaign like? Sounds different from Tan's.
Very different. Much more personal. Hyper-local, almost.
How so?
Think door-to-door campaigning, really focusing on micro issues right there in the neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
Things like cleanliness in the Bukit Permai area specifically, or proposing a community dog run. Very ground-level concerns.
Almost the opposite of a slick, big-budget campaign, then? Did he even have much online presence?
Apparently not much. No formal website mentioned, relatively small Instagram following. It seems the focus was purely on that direct human connection.
And it worked, to an extent. Shaved about 5% off the PPA's vote share there.
Which is notable in a place like Raiden, Mass. And like Tan, he also self-funded. Spent close to $12,000.
So, two independents, quite different styles, both making an impact. Why do you think they succeeded? What's the common thread?
Well, it seems voters might be responding to maybe clarity and connection. Tan offered clear stances on specific, perhaps overlooked, policy areas.
Right, finding those niches.
And Low, his success seems rooted in that direct human touch, addressing immediate local worries, building relationships.
And the self-funding probably helps, too. Adds a layer of authenticity, perhaps. Like, they really believe in it.
Could be. It definitely signals grit and personal investment, doesn't it?
Yeah. But, okay, let's play devil's advocate. What about the downsides? The usual arguments against independence.
That's the big question, isn't it? Voters might worry, quite reasonably, about their effectiveness. Can one person really navigate Parliament?
Or manage a town council without that party machinery behind them?
Exactly. That lack of organizational support is a real factor people consider. Is this fundamentally different from, say, a small party built around one strong personality? It's debatable.
So, zooming out, what are the bigger implications here? What does this tell us, if anything?
I think it suggests, potentially, an increased willingness among Singaporean voters to look beyond the established parties.
If a candidate seems credible.
Yes, if they see a credible, independent voice offering something specific, it might point towards a desire for more diverse representation.
And maybe more focus on specific issues that get lost in broader party platforms.
Possibly. It could be a sign that people want politics to address things closer to their daily lives or specific concerns more directly.
So, a question for you listening. Do you see this as a real political reawakening in Singapore? Could independence start playing a more central role?
Yeah, we'd be curious. Would you vote for an independent if they had clear policies you cared about and seemed genuinely connected to the community?
And what issues do you feel the mainstream parties might be, well, overlooking right now?
It's worth thinking about, isn't it? The power of focused individual action versus established structures. Does this signal a shift towards wanting more issue-specific politics, more diverse voices, something to mull over?